kick on the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! And he drives it in, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! It's Rezic, gets a shot, and he scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores! And then towards Cox, Cox gets a shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in, Perth take the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV.
Welcome to O'Brien Icehouse for today's game, an exhibition game between the Melbourne Ice and the Perth Thunder. It's the Thunder's second game of the year because they're not competing in the main competition of the Australian Ice Hockey League this year, but they will be back next year up against the Melbourne Ice side that managed to win the final derby game last week against the Mustangs, and doing so managed to crawl themselves off the bottom of the ladder. An important game for Melbourne Ice, actually, I would say. This one, they looked good last week, and they need to build momentum for the rest of your finals, or really not part of the equation about next year. Hot topic. That's a recognisable face for many of us in Australian ice hockey. Normally in an Adelaide jersey, but Aussie Joe Rezic fronting up in Melbourne Ice colours. He's threatened it for years. It's actually happened today. So it'll be interesting to see how Aussie Joe goes. Did hint it during the week he was going to do it, and it actually happened. Now, I've been talking about myself for just myself for a long time because I'm trying to deny the boss sort of airtime. But joining me in commentary today is James Morgan. Welcome, James.
It's a very good afternoon to you, Michael, and to our viewers right around Australia and the world. Since today we are live on YouTube, just like the old days.
Retro.
This would have to be one of the strangest games of hockey I think I've seen and heard of in a while. We come on air and you're telling us that an exhibition game against a team that's not officially in standings this year is one of the most important games of the year for the local club, and then we find that Joey Rezic's in the blue jersey.
Well, is there a correlation between those things of it being an important game and having Joey Rezic? But they were really good last week, the Melbourne Ice against the Mustangs. Probably should have won it in regulation, to be honest, but they've still got another month of the season to go, and it's about building momentum. They have struggled a lot of parts of this year. Maybe they've effectively had a month off because of the way the whole schedule worked and games falling through and whatnot. Looks like Melbourne Ice had a chance to take stock, maybe just to breathe a little bit. Came out really well last week. They've got to play out the season well. Something for the fans, something for the sponsors, something to show that playing the youth, going the rebuild via the youth is a viable strategy.
Yeah, look, you're absolutely right. I think we've seen some slow but steady improvement out of Melbourne Ice this year. I think we're now starting to see, touch wood, we're starting to see them not give up as many goals while they're on a power play, which I think was probably a bugbear of a number of the followers this season.
Yes.
Certainly conceded a few of those.
I think a few teams might have just heavily conceded penalties. It's the best way to score.
But look, we can look at the Melbourne Ice just about any week. Let's talk about this Perth Thunder side, Cluffy. So I guess one of the big things you're looking to see here is exactly how Perth are faring. I mean, it's been, a bit of time in the cold for Perth. I mean, they're going on to, their third year of not being part of official AIHL standings. Some of their key player personnel have been, I guess, absorbed by some of the other clubs around the league, so they're probably not as strong as they would have been in previous years. But I think the 6-1 scoreline probably flattered the Mustangs a little bit yesterday.
It blew out in the last period. They were really good for 2 periods, but then maybe they're not. That said, I think ice hockey WA wasn't affected much of the rest of the country. Just they couldn't leave the state. That was the big thing. But not playing together probably showed in that third period where they did drop away quite a bit, and it blew out in the end. And now they've got to front up. So this is a challenge fronting up back to back at this level. Also only playing the one goalie, Charlie Smart. But the key thing, a lot of these names you'll see in the Perth Thunder lineup, if you've been watching the AIHL for a long time, these are all very familiar names. So they've still got the core of their team still part of the Perth Thunder program.
Oh, that's right.
A real positive when you look ahead to next season.
And look, it bears mentioning that there's only 15 on their game sheet for today, so they are skating a little bit short. It's not exactly the full Perth Thunder lineup.
They may have just done a cheap and put a few players in luggage and they probably have lost it somewhere around the country. So if you do find a Perth Thunder player around the country, please head back home.
Care of Alan. And just a reminder to all of our viewers, you can be part of today's broadcast on Twitter. Use the hashtag AIHL Game Day to be part of the coverage. But for now, let's head to the on-ice festivities. And it's over to whoever our rink announcer is today. I'm not entirely sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the celebrations of Perth Thunder today. So we go for a ceremonial puck drop first, and we're welcoming to the ice some Perth Thunder fans who have travelled a long way. Welcome to Whitney and Marissa. So ask that captains of both teams come forward for today's ceremonial puck drop honouring Perth Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could be upstanding, remove hats as we play today's national anthem.
Stirring rendition there by Julie Andrews of Advance Australia Fair, but now with the festivities over, it's down to game time. Cloughy.
I'm glad I could get a word in there.
Absolutely, mate. Don't worry, I'm all over you.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to a pretty relaxed day, actually, just sitting around and getting free hockey while you just did everything.
No, you're working today. Today's not sitting in your underwear watching hockey.
You've got cameras in my house.
You wouldn't have been able to sit in your underwear and watch hockey for a long time. I mean, how long ago did the Habs drop out?
Quite a few months ago, actually.
Enough of that stuff. Let's look at the game that we're doing today. But first, a speech from Doogie. So good seeing the likes of Charlie Smart and Geordie Kairos in Perth Thunder sweaters again. You are absolutely right, Doogie. It's been a very long time here in Melbourne since we've seen the Perth Thunder, and we are very, very glad that they've been able to make the trip over, because it's not easy to travel right now and not cheap.
No, it's not. But traditionally, these two sides, when they play each other, do put on a pretty good show. It should be said as well. But
well, I doubt we're going to go back to the infamous fireworks of a certain ceremonial puck drop a few years back.
Well, this time around, the captains forgot they were captains for a while. Everyone's looking, who's the captain today?
I would have sent Joey Rezic out.
He would have loved that. Just walk in the joint and become captain.
Okay, who we got lining up? Van Dooyen. And, geez, Cluffy, you can't make a team sheet run by numbers, mate. It's Josh Healy.
You can't.
Hey, is this what goes on down here every week, or what?
It is. So it's Bro and Walt for the opening. So Kieran Webster, I should say, and Walt for the opening face-off.
In case you're wondering, the Thunder do not have names on the back of their jerseys. Unsurprising, given just how difficult that is to do if you're playing the full season.
So now Webster fire shoot, and James makes a save. So Perth getting early shot, something we've seen a lot of in Melbourne Ice games this season. Michael James in the action early.
Mikey James, I tell you what, for a second there, I almost thought he was going to go 10 seconds of not getting a shot on it. We only made it to 8.
He has been Melbourne Ice's best player by the proverbial country mile so far this year.
Oh, that's what I said. If he doesn't end up the best goaltender in the league by the end of this season, something's going wrong.
Well, the stats won't show it, but in terms of play, he'd have to be right up there when you just look at the team that he's had in front of him. So now it's Webster for the Thunder. It's poke checked away by Bartlett. Good luck. The half wall out towards Alistair Punley. Gets a shot away. Spurs free. Okay, we'll get onto it now for Perth. On the ice, well, unable to clear zone. It's been turned over. A shot there. That was by Yannick Lodge. Kudla. Lodge just assessing his options. And Punla. He loses the puck. And Melbourne Ice are able to clear. It's only going to be temporarily as it's going to be an icing call. And the puck will make its way over the other end of the rink. But the Perth Thunder in control of play at the moment.
Melbourne Ice almost accidentally giving that play away there. I guess a very simple defensive lapse there where, you know, you're taking it for granted that you're going to clear that puck, and they weren't going to do that. Could have been very easily a 1-0 Thunder lead within the first 2 minutes.
And that would have just been super awkward for everyone, unless you're a Perth Thunder fan. So Bartlett looking to clear the zone. Melbourne Ice are able to. Skating back now will be Hazelhurst. Man of many a clubs. In fact, I think he's played for most clubs in the league now, except for the Melbourne team.
The whistle-stop tour of the AIHL.
Well, he's one of the more popular figures in the league. The Thunder looking to clear the puck, and it's picked up by Hoddick, who'll just skate back. Wait for everyone to get back onside. Now Cox for the Thunder. Kairos back out towards Cox. Lyndon Lodge out towards Kairos. Pass it back out towards Lodge, get a shot away. But it's been blocked. Here's a chance for the Ice. Hoddick a little ambitious, it's come unstuck. Now Kudla. Everyone stays onside. Good persistence by Pansino. Punla there in support though. So Tim Nickerson had the puck, lost the puck. Punla has it again. He'll take the blue line. Bro gets a shot away. Puck spills free. Rebounds there, but coming in now, Ryan Fole for the Melbourne Ice, able to clear trouble. And again, Perth Thunder on the hunt. Liam Jeffries, the goal scorer from yesterday. And the Ice clear once again, but only as far as Kudla. And that's going to be an icing call against the Thunder, and one of the first mistakes we're seeing from the Perth Thunder so far tonight.
Yeah, look, I think unfortunately it's going to be a bit of a game of mistakes there. If we take a look back at the play from the Melbourne Ice a little bit earlier, so you can see on the clear you've got our Melbourne Ice player behind the net. Unfortunately, his players have already taken it for granted. They're going to skate through and assume that this is done. Let's roll it through. Well, let's not, because apparently our director doesn't yet know how to do that. But you know how it goes. It's a Daniel Zielinski special once again. I think we had the B team on yesterday, and Steve White was not very pleased, but that's okay. Look,
that's Steve's problem. Here was a chance now for Chikotto of the Melbourne Ice. Gets a shot away. Saved there by Charlie Smart. Bro turns it over. Nickerson gets a shot. Another save there by Smart. Kudla. Been everywhere so far for the Perth Thunder this afternoon. Boyle. Zach Boyle flips it up high for the Ice. It's going to be a foot race. Hazelhurst should get there first. Perth and does.
They're a fit looking side, this Thunder.
Well, they've had plenty of time to train and prepare for this.
Look at that. You had 3 Melbourne Ice defensemen all left napping there. They'd let Thunder get right out ahead of them. Very easily made that. It could have made that very, very difficult for Nicky James if he hadn't found it.
So Yannick Lodge decides against the pass to his brother Lyndon. Now Lodge, a little backhand attempt, and in the end, a pretty stock standard save there by James.
Just to go back to the play we were dealing with
your
earlier.
Your new toy.
Apparently we can't do that because apparently our director's managed to screw that one as well. Unfortunately, what he's done is called up the wrong play because he's got the wrong channel selected. But here we are again. Honestly.
I'm going to stay out of the backroom shenanigans. Now we all know what goes on in the control room. There's Lyndon Lodge. Gets it out towards Yannick Lodge. Now Bartlett. Casher, good work there by Hoddick for the ice. Gets the puck, looking to clear the zone. Has support in the form of Sam Bartlett. He gets it out, only as far as Hazelhurst. Goes a stretch pass and it's come unstuck. Cashier for the Melbourne Ice. He's actually now one of the veterans of the team, given the turnover plays since particularly YouTube viewers last saw the Melbourne Ice in 2019.
Did they have the Melbourne Ice earlier this year?
The exhibition games last year, I correct myself.
Right.
Yes, but even then there's been a bit of turnover as James makes another save.
Yeah, we definitely missed the international viewers for this type of thing, Cluffy, I think it's fair to say.
Where's Anders?
Where is Anders today? He probably doesn't realise, but Haley D, does anyone know why Cotter isn't playing for the Ice today?
Well,
Cluffy?
he was out there earlier, so I believe he is playing today, Laura.
We apologise for the quality of the commentary such that you wouldn't know that.
No, I correct myself. Number 4. Well, they had number 4 out there, so... but not out there today.
Our director passing on into Cluffy's ears that apparently he's not playing, but based on the work we've seen from said director so far, who would know? I think yesterday he got some replays out from last week's game. True story.
I'm staying out of this. I'm basically like the mutual friend of the separated couple that just doesn't want to get involved.
I think you're overstating your position there, Cluffy. Are you a man or a mouse? Come on, squeak up. Play continuing here into the corner. Aussie Joe finally getting a touch on that one.
So Fold gets it out towards Aussie Joe.
See, he's on the ice.
A couple of former Adelaide players. Kept in by Joyce. Now Pumler. He'll take the line and drive and get a shot away. Pad save there by James.
Well, a lot of trouble clearing this one out.
But eventually they do. Good work there by Hoddick. It's going to be a foot race. Lyndon Lodge will get there first for the Thunder. Now Tobin in a battle against Davis Tope. And the ice over skated out. Shot comes in and it's in.
There you go.
Melbourne Ice score. In fact, Matt Nickerton didn't realise he'd scored himself. He thought, oh, I scored. Melbourne Ice take the lead.
That was an unbelievable setup there. 3-on-2. For some reason, he was left all on his own there, really. With like that's ineffective D right there by the Thunder.
But look at the reaction.
Too far off.
That's one of the best reactions scoring goal because it took him about 5 seconds to realise he did it.
Well, nobody on the ice really reacted apart from the referee. The referee knew exactly where that was.
At least someone knows what's going on.
Half of us stayed in bed today. It's a bit of a lazy Sunday. Half the city seems to have a cold.
Bit of the spicy cough.
Wow. You're telling that story. Where is your mask today?
In my pocket. It's been hard to commentate and wear mask at the same time.
Yeah, but far more aesthetically pleasing, I'll show you.
Absolutely. As James makes the save, Eyes have the lead. There you go. He's up in the stands. Hi, Lucky.
Wonder if that shot's available in focus. Oh, dear. Face off there, won by the Thunder. They wheel it around behind their own net. Look at the stuff attempt. Too many ice jerseys there. Passes in front, deflected straight over the top and out. We're going to get another face-off.
Yeah, that play stopped about 10 seconds.
That's okay, mate. That's all right. Don't worry. You're in a hurry to get somewhere today. Matt Davis says the rebuild has been at times difficult to watch, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. Well, look, we certainly hope that that's the case as well, Matt. A lot of movement in hockey going on, I dare say, in Victoria over the next year. You know, certainly across town and things as well. It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
More imports you expect to see in the league next year as well. But the ice did look good last week. The time off certainly, I think, was beneficial for them, sort of the way the fixture fell. But there's a chance to really build on something for the remainder of the season as well. Technically, I think Melbourne Ice is still, you know, they'd probably have to win every game and rely on the Mustangs falling in a heap for it to happen. But the finals really aren't in the equation this year.
No. And look, I mean, the Mustangs have looked a little bit shaky in past weeks in their points games, I think it's fair to say. Certainly, I mean, against the ice, I think it surprised all of us that they did come away with a win, and easily so.
And they only got a point, and they probably didn't deserve that in the end.
No, I think they probably had to work very, very hard. There would have been some pretty stern words out the back in the second intermission that likely would have spurred those extra goals on.
So centre ice battle, and skating onto it now is Tobin for the Thunder. Looking for Bro. Couldn't get a clean shot away. Puck spills free. Clark. In fact, that's actually Pansino.
It just doesn't seem to be a lot of talking going on out there in the Melbourne Ice defence,
which has been a regular feature this season. So Hazelhurst gets it out towards Bros. Send that one into the corner. So Hazelhurst gets a shot that's gone wide. And Lodge will skate onto it now for the Thunder. Liam Jeffries leaves it behind. And the pass misses his intended target. And Lodge will have to go all the way back and retrieve the puck. The stretch pass out towards Bro. Now Healy. He's tied up in the corner by Boyle. Punler will do the first one to get there for Perth. So Foal. Little pass to no one in particular. Being turned over, opens the door now for Webster of the Thunder. Good save there by James.
Excellent drag.
Now here's a chance for Nickerton, but getting out there first is Charlie Smart. Shot comes in, rebound off the pads there of Smart.
I was going to say that was a squandered opportunity there, but it almost turned into a decent scoring play. So it just goes to show you, doesn't it?
Because the Thunder have only got the one goalie dressed for today, so well, Charlie's got the gig for the full 60 minutes no matter what happens. And touch wood, he actually doesn't get injured.
I don't think anyone's ever gotten injured in an exhibition game in this league, Cluffy.
Never. Absolutely not. Never, ever. Certainly not ones that are played in Melbourne anyway. Shot comes in and a save there by James.
Dear me, that was a very poor play there. I don't even think he realised he had the puck at his feet.
Roger skate back. Pass out towards Cox. McMahon on the skate. And now Bartlett for the Melbourne Ice. The play's being dominated in the neutral zone at the moment.
So what do you make of the pace of the game so far, Cluffy?
Pretty good so far. Considering Perth, their first games of the season back-to-back. Here's a chance there for Corus, who scores! 1-0.
Fantastic solo effort there. That's the Geordie Corus that we've been missing seeing on AIHL screens this year.
Yeah, the skill and the moustache.
Great to see that back out in force. Looking forward to seeing that replay again. Aren't you, Cluffy?
Oh, absolutely. When it arrives. We see they're just really, he was one that was skating, and Clark and Bartlett they were just stuck in a spot.
Oh, tell you what, Clark there, he really, I think he just about got undressed by him. It was fantastic pickup, the passing deception there, really.
Just read the play beautifully. There's McMahon for the Thunder. Perth have really dominated play and finally got one on the board. The Punler. Shot was blocked. And Ewan will just get in the zone, was looking for the corner. His pass was intercepted. Jeffries. Paris looking out wide towards Cox. And James will make an easy glove save.
Yep, very easy one there in the glove. It's just amazing watching him. You know, Michael James, you'd think after all of this time, you know, you'd see some chinks in his armour. And I just think he's been fantastic for the Ice. I would hate to think what would have happened if they'd had somebody in net that was probably less experienced or just less skillful than Michael James has been this year.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. He made one of the saves of the season last week.
Oh, was it what? We might yet see it on today's show.
Because we can always get it back, just so we can all enjoy, the world can enjoy fantastic Michael James save. I'm sure he'll love to see it over and over again. Shot there, hit the side of the net.
You know, if you ask Daniel for it, he's going to give you something completely different.
We'll see.
We'll see, viewers, if we can get that save back for your viewing pleasure a little bit later in tonight's show.
Davies Tope out towards Aussie Joe Rezic. Finds his Adelaide mate in Zach Boyle. Gets a shot away. Pad save there by Smart. And Rob Hazelhurst. Stretch pass. Here come the Thunder again. Cole did well to intercept the pass. Foot race, and Hazelhurst should get there first and does. So Lodge, it's Lyndon Lodge, unable to clear.
Thunder had a really great breakout going on there. It didn't come off for them, but the positioning on that was fantastic.
Nick Lodge to the point, shot comes in, and James makes another save.
Yeah, unfortunately, letting those type of shots get looks on at Michael James, I think the Ice have got to do a little bit better than allowing the time and space for that type of thing. Like, you have a look here, just clear vision straight through to him. You got no one really with an Ice jersey on. I mean, you got Joey Rezic that's got his back to the puck there. He wasn't going to be much help, and he was probably the only player that really could have provided any real assistance to James.
So Webster. For Healy. At the half wall, just assessing his options. At centre ice, Hazelhurst will pick up the crumbs. Lift up high, and that's going to be a foot race. And James will get there first, coming aggressively out of his crease. Could have come unstuck, but didn't. And Matt Nickerton, the goal scorer for the Ice, gets, well, in the end, just sends that one into the corner. Nickerton fires on net. Smart makes the save.
Yeah, he's been a little bit quiet up that end, Smart. I mean, he's had a couple of decent scoring opportunities on him. He's been pretty equal to those. He hasn't looked particularly rattled or troubled by much of what's been going on up his end. See here, this was a pretty good setup. I mean, unfortunately, it was a 2-on-1. It was going to be very hard. Probably needed to look to dump and chase. But, you know, early days.
The Thunder stretch pass is a good one too. Truck comes in, James makes the save on the shot there by McMahon, I think it was.
All the speed in the world on these Thunder players. They're really exploding off the line in a lot of different circumstances, I'm saying today.
Well, one thing I think you can question that they're certainly fit and ready for the encounter today.
Well, yeah, they haven't lost a step since yesterday.
So Clark for the Ice, looking to clear, unable to. Perth Thunder in possession, Cox. Van Duyn for the Melbourne Ice, unable to clear, so the Perth Thunder keep it in the zone.
Good hit there.
And I think Kahu Joyce was looking for some retaliation there for a second, thought better of it.
You're a very silly man to start giving away that type of stuff this early in the game.
probably been an issue with Carhu Joyce's game all season. It's not just the amount of penalties for mine. It's the penalties he's giving away and when he's giving them away.
Saw him coming, knew it was coming, had time to brace himself for it. I
thought about it there for a sec.
I mean, unfortunately, where he let that puck spill, he had a Thunder player that was going to get there first. I just don't know why you would turn back to go and keep it going.
So it's kept in now for the eyes, Pansino. Looking for Porter. He was held up and was able to trap the puck. And here come the Perth Thunder again. Kairos, who got the goal earlier, just happy to dump it into the corner.
Melbourne Ice playing very conservative, leaving two men quite far back on those plays. I think that they've worked out that the Thunder are very quick.
Davis toe back to Boyle. Flips it up high and forces Smart into action. The Bro, tight angle shot.
Jeffries looked very dangerous there on that play, just strolling through the defensive line of the ice.
We have a battle in the corner. 2 against 1 and the 2 win. Tim Nickenen skates it out towards Aussie Joe. Looking a little bit rusty at the moment.
Had good vision across the Nickenen, just wasn't able to send it the whole way.
Kept in. Ashley gets a shot away. Had saved there by Smart. Thunder looking to clear the zone, and they do through Bro. A foul out wide to Rezic. And that's hit the pipe work.
Very quick no call by the referee there.
Now the Thunder looking to clear. It's going to be a foot race. The quickest one there is Webster, but Cashy gets there first for the Melbourne Ice.
Did have a 5-step head start, so...
I tell you, then evaporated very quickly there for a while.
Did it what?
Matt Nickenen gets a shot away. He was forced out wide.
The Ice really content just to feel the Thunder out here and see what type of staying power they're going to have.
Shot comes in, and again, James makes the save.
Ice here with a good opportunity. 3-on-2 if they play their cards right.
Bergstrom's happy just to send that one into the corner. Kudla. Wide pass. And towards Healy. That was a little ambitious as it's come unstuck for the Thunder, but not for long. They regain possession of the puck.
Awful lot of room-coloured jerseys there for that pass.
To Joyce. To Clark, looking for Walt, who has been one of the big improvers for mine for Melbourne Ice this year, seeing his development. I think long-term, Melbourne Ice have potentially got a good player on their hands with Josh Walt. So Hazelhurst just cycles back along the half wall. McMahon winds up, shoots, and that was well wide in the end. Kept in by Lyndon Lodge. Lodge, he's stripped of the puck. Hazelhurst into the slot. To Clark. Lodge bumped off the puck. Good work there by Walt for the Ice. 90 seconds remaining in the opening period. He's turned it over though. Walt gets it back.
Ice very reluctant to pass the puck out to their last man in defence.
Eventually Perth should be able to clear that. In fact, they've lost control of the puck again. Eventually it does spill out. And
that was going to go for icing.
Yes.
Yeah, the Thunder there, I think actually a little bit of panic going on for that icing. It looked like they didn't really like the type of pressure of having that puck sealed in like that. And see Joey Rezic there, that was not far off.
No, it wasn't, but they're still forcing Melbourne Ice wide.
They definitely
they're
are.
playing along the board, so Melbourne Ice don't seem that keen to be adventurous and moving and passing the puck into the slot at the moment.
And yet you watch the way that Thunder clears the puck. They prefer to stay wide for their clears. It's an interesting game.
So the boards are going to be busy.
Very busy.
So Hoddick Talk about not passing the slot, they just do that. Just to prove me wrong. Now Boyle. Have a face-off.
To be clear, Michael Clough can be heard from both benches, so there's a good chance the coaches are in there just eavesdropping a little bit on what you have to say there, Clough.
And doing the complete and utter opposite, more often than not.
That'd certainly be a pretty strong strategy.
Don't do what that guy's doing. So face-off won by the Thunder. Punler.
Thunder certainly getting the lion's share of the face-off wins here.
Been a regular tale for Melbourne Ice games this season. Throw out towards Liam Jeffrey. Throw again. And now Hazelhurst. Leaves the puck behind, open the door. Now for the Ice, Pansino gets a shot away. Just off the skate there, saved by Charlie Smart.
Closing seconds here. Don't think we're going to see another opportunity.
And Perth aren't interested in making another opportunity. They'll hold the puck. And at the end of one period in this exhibition game between the Melbourne Ice and the Perth Thunder, it is 1-1.
Just don't know a great deal more about these two teams than we did 20 minutes ago.
What I think we do know is both teams are looking pretty competitive, and for the Perth Thunder backing up from yesterday's game, they tailed away in the end of the third period last night, but they're rested, they're fit, they're good to go. But can they maintain the pace for another 2 periods this weekend?
It's clear as day that they obviously didn't go out and hit the town last night. That would certainly be the temptation when you're on one of your very few road trips for the year. So good on them. The Thunder have come to play today. I think it's going to do the world of good for Melbourne Ice and for these fans.
Well, they could do it tonight. Probably chances are their flight will be delayed for 3 weeks. So you can do it tonight.
Well, 1 period down at the Ice House is 1-1. Going to be a great game. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to O'Brien Ice House. Second period of today's exhibition game between the Melbourne Ice and the Perth Thunder. It is 1-1 between these two respective sides. And what we saw was a pretty entertaining opening period, it should be said. And hopefully we'll see more of that in this upcoming second period.
I suppose we promised it a little bit earlier in the broadcast, another look at what was probably saved for the year by Michael James in last week's derby. And with great expense to management, we're probably just going to have a very quick look back at that. Let's see if that's possible. Look at it. Here it is. Just look at the stretch and extension on that. Loses his help in the process. Could have gone much earlier than that. You see, he went down early, had the presence of mind to get up, and just huge.
It's Wishart delayed deliberately, so he was trying to stretch James for as long as he could. And that's what Michael James, the type of stuff he's been doing all year. So you might look at the stats and say they're not that great. In fact, in terms of save percentages and whatnot, Brian McKenzie, the backup, is actually ahead of Michael James, and I'm sure Brian would like to remind him of that. But
is there anything that Brian can't do, though? He's also a pretty handy commentator in his own right.
He is. Brian's our superstar. But starting here, second period between the Ice and the Thunder, and it's the Ice who have it now. The pass wasn't a good one, and Doohan will just send that one deep and allow Austin McKenzie to skate onto it. Thunder looking to clear. Yannick Lodge. Soft little pass looking for Sean Tobin. Just couldn't find him. Cashier pass between the legs. It was a good one in the end. Ice able to clear the zone. Ison's been waved off. Now the Thunder clear, so Bro leaving it behind there for Tobin. It's potentially could have come unstuck, but Kudler setting the ship now for Perth. Kahu Joyce, and probably one of the most remarkable things that came out of the first period was the fact that there was 0 penalties for either side.
You couldn't believe that stat, but I suppose exhibition game, you sort of expect the referees to put the whistles away and there to be not a huge amount of heat in it. We'll see how things go a little bit later. Stranger things have happened in an exhibition game in recent years, recent days.
Yeah, last week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing happened.
Spirited fight in the corner for that one.
And now along the half wall, so Lyndon Lodge to the point. Now McMahon for the Thunder.
Bit of a slower start than we saw before.
Maybe everyone got cold during the break, so it's
ice is still reasonably wet too.
It is, and that's probably one thing the camera may not be showing. At the start of the period, it was still a bit wet to start off with.
A couple of IT problems here at the rink over the weekend. Has affected the way the chillers operate as well. So the venue's done very well to be able to get full schedule of games out as they promised.
James, well, cover that one and we'll wait for support and pass it out towards Kahu Joyce. Now Clark. Stretch pass is a good one in the end. Out towards Pansino. He lost the puck, just poke checked away from him. Perth can set up again. Tobin. Nifty little move out towards Liam Jeffries. We'll send that one in the corner. James will come out of his crease and leave it for Joyce. And foul. Out the pass was a poor one. It's been turned over. Here's a chance now for Tobin. Will drive towards the net. He's forced out wide.
Spent that one before he had it fall.
But did a good second defensive effort. The back check. Just put enough pressure on Tobin, not decide not to get a shot away in the end. So Healy going aggressively, a pass out to the slot. Another pass to Tobin to get a shot away. The shot, though, was a fraction wide.
Look at that, 2 men in the slot for the Thunder. Just able to line up one after the other and not a single ice defenseman around to do anything about it.
And another pass by Fowl that wasn't a great one. But again, he's got away with it. Overskating it there was Kudler, and he's in a battle with Rezic. Now Fowl again. That said, has been on the ice for a while now. The Webster fires, shoots James aggressively out of his crease. Kudler to just skate out of the zone. Give the Thunder a chance to reset their structure. Cox.
Very handy move there.
Very, yes, indeed. And Webster gets a shot away. Shot though was blocked. Ice able to clear. Hazelhurst should get there first for Perth and does. Yannick Lodge gets a shot away. It was a good shot, but James in the end had that well covered.
And well defended, forced the shot early. James had enough time to be able to see that one coming. You can see here, held his ground, wasn't going to let him get in too close. Had that one very well covered defensively.
You can telestrate that.
Probably could have, but Denny's frightened us off that one in the first period, hasn't he? Hannon Pencil tuning in a bit late, but hey, they're from California. Always a good day when I can get access to Australian hockey. As always, great to have you back, one of our regular followers. Hope you're enjoying this 1-all game.
That's very well done, Nick. Might actually be useful in this thing, but your son disagrees. I think his critique was your performance the first period was quite terrible.
Oh, come on. I've seen him play Rocket League, Cluffy. Let's not throw stones.
So Hazelhurst. Here come the Thunder. Kairos, scorer of the Thunder goal tonight. And a battle with Bartlett, has support there in the form of Walt. Jordy Kairos has done well for the Thunder. Pass back to the point. Hazelhurst. Intercepted by Josh Walton. He'll skate it out. He'll take the blue line. And the half or Cashier will send that one into the corner. Perth should be able to skate it out, and they do. Lyndon Lodge just weaving his way through the Melbourne Ice defence.
Like a wrecking ball coming through there. Bounced off, I think, 3 different players.
Well, references to Rocket League, he would have had a few demolishes on the way.
What a save, what a save.
So McMahon. Well, in the end, fans on his shot. Puck spills free. Bro couldn't trap it. McMahon gets a shot away off the pads there of James. To Kudla.
Too many Perth Thunder jerseys with a front row seat for Michael James there.
To Kudla. Jeffries. Looking able to clear, and they haven't been able to clear the zoners yet. Eventually they do, but Haley did well. He at least trapped it and made it difficult. Melbourne Ice who do win the puck, but then they're offside. So a potentially good play just come unstuck at the end.
It's really unfortunate. That could have been a really good scoring opportunity there for the Ice.
And a sporting one as well.
A sporting opportunity. Very sporting play there.
Yes,
sporting.
Really good chaps.
It's the gentleman's game, hockey.
Yes. Of a certain type of gentleman.
Outside face-off, far side. Hoddick for the Ice, but it's going to be the Thunder again that win the face-off. Just got to wonder what their season could have been if perhaps they'd won a few more face-offs, Cluffy.
Well, yes. But it has been one of their weak points this year, but that's the disadvantage of running a young side. So Yannick Lodge now for the Thunder. Got a shot away, but we've got to stop in play.
Not entirely sure what that one
James
was
actually
for.
had that one glove, so it's...
How about that? I could have sworn it spilled free.
Same here, but it's a referee loses sight.
Oh, look at that there. Did you see Pansino there? Just about performing impromptu decapitation with his head.
He's been probably the biggest physical presence for the Melbourne Ice this year, Christian Pansino. There's a chance now for the Ice. Pass is not a bad one, but just couldn't trap it on that occasion. Webster for the Thunder clears it to Haley.
More haste, less speed.
So it's Healy, I should say, who actually now has it for the Thunder. You get it looking for Yannick Lodge. He's tied up. James had to poke check that one away.
Dangerous feed.
Just a few minor lapses defensively starting to come into the Melbourne Ice's game. Here's a chance now for the Thunder and Webster. So Joyce. Looking to clear the zone and does. Pass, not a bad one. To Foal. Finds Clark. Clark gets a shot away. Now McMahon. To Kairos. Gets a shot away. Pad saved by James. Another attempt there by Jordan Kairos.
Geordie Kairos was not keen to give up on that scoring opportunity. And look at that. Persistence almost paid off there twice over.
Cox couldn't finish off the pass there from McMahon. But that line has looked particularly dangerous for the Perth Thunder tonight. We've been their most consistent line. As Smart comes off his pads, hits the back netting. We'll have a face-off with just a bit over 12 minutes remaining in the second period.
So just while we've got an extra minute here, Cluffy, just wanted to take a moment on a serious note to note the passing of Don Champagne, a stalwart of the Newcastle North Stars and hockey in Australia generally. I had the pleasure of working with Don way back in 2010 on the first finals telecast I ever worked on. He was a fantastic commentator back then. He's been a very successful coach and just a great hockey ambassador for a number of years. So, Don, rest in peace. You'll be greatly missed.
He coached at least 4 of their Goodall Cup wins. I think he's had a hand in being part of the general setup for all of their Goodall Cups.
Yeah, no, he has. It's a very sad day up in Newcastle.
So condolences to his family and to the Newcastle hockey community. They lost one of their best. They're back here at the Ice House. The Ice are able to clear now through Bergstrom. For Hazelhurst. Stretch pass, and that's come off the stick there of Austin McKenzie. And that's gone in the crowd. So someone's souvenired a puck, and we'll have a face-off.
A reminder, you've got to get here for the live games. The live streams are fantastic.
No, keep the puck, it's yours.
That's right, keep it, mate. You own it.
Take it.
He's going to find a kid to give that one to.
Oh, if he gives it to a kid, then it's bonus points, and you get citizenship reward for that.
Yeah, you got to give it to the kids. Good on him.
So from the face-off, Perth Thunder win it. And Jeffrey will send that one into the corner. James came out, couldn't trap it. Ben Grove. Past the slot. Wasn't able to finish it off though. Now the point. Kudla. And that's hit the back netting. We'll have a face-off.
Tobin will probably be ruining that one. That was a pretty good setup. And unfortunately, just went far too high on that one. Fun and games down on the ice bench. A lot of smiles. A lot of joking around.
I notice Brian McKenzie's got the gloves on, so I think they're going to make a change in net very soon. So play a bit of half and half, given it's an exhibition game. So Walt. Foot race there, and the Ice do get there first. Smart. Glove up, and Melbourne Ice are going to make a change in net halfway through, or close enough to halfway through the game. So Michael James has done a great job tonight, and he's going to be replaced in net by Brian McKenzie for his first start here at the Ice House. He got a couple of starts up in Sydney a couple of weeks ago, so people who've been watching on KO will probably be more familiar with joining me in the commentary box. So finally getting some ice time in front of the home fans.
And what a fantastic job he's done there too.
Yeah, got a win earlier in the season. At his debut game, got a win. And then re-injured his foot again. So.
Well, he's off to a winner. He's just stopped his first, so I was a little bit worried about that for a second. Hoddick power through.
Pansino just fanned on that one, and his stick broke for good measure. There's a chance for the Thunder. Lodge.
Probably got that was a dangerous setup there.
The battle in the half. Well, all of a sudden we're getting a bit of extra physicality coming in. Maybe the Thunder with James now back on the bench and just seeing an opportunity in the Ice backing up their goaltender. Here's a chance for Kiros, and McKenzie makes the save.
Very well defended there by Kahu Joyce. Wasn't willing to just let that one go by him. You can see here, watch. Skates through him, but just keeps pressing at him. You all over him like a rash. And that's the type of thing that, gives your goaltender an opportunity to make a save at that type of short range, where otherwise you let him skate by, you take the lazy option. Those turn into goals so easily.
So Melbourne Ice win the face-off as foul. Stretch pass wasn't a great one. It's going to be a foot race, and no icing call. So Hazelhurst leaving it behind there was McMahon for the Thunder. I'd send him to the corner. Healy will get there first. Here's a chance for Bro. It's Davies Tope. He blocked the pass. He did well. The young man has done very well. Managed to clear the zone against a much more experienced player. Bro, a regular feature of the Perth lineup for many years now, and probably been arguably their best player in the Thunder history, just through weight of numbers. So Healy now for the Perth Thunder. He's corralled there. Tim Nickerton.
Oh, it's looking a little bit more aggressive on the forecheck now.
They are. And it's a good thing to see. Chance for Tobin. Gets a shot away. McKenzie with the save off of the rebound. Now Webster. Lost the puck.
Jeff Hu skating that one out.
Well, it's actually Bergstrom.
Bergstrom?
Yes, look at the sheet. There you go, number 10.
Why have you got 2 10s on here?
Because I didn't cross it out. Calm down. Yes, Jeff, who I believe is actually with the junior team at the moment, so travel around, but you can be omnipresent if you're really, really good. So now Lodge for the Thunder. Australian under-20 team actually in their World Championships has picked up bronze.
3 representatives, I believe.
So at least 2 Melbourne Ice players, Jeff Hu and Jacob Laver, who's they've both been actually relatively impressive this year. They're players, 2 players I think in Melbourne Ice have got a big future ahead of them. They're still young and shown at times, but overall they're pretty impressive. So Walt is wide. They battle in the half wall, and Walt gets it back.
This is better from the ice here. They seem a lot more composed when they're able to lock it in their attacking end there and just cycle the puck.
And they're starting to actually be more willing in their passes, to being a bit more adventurous, wanting to create opportunities now. So I don't know if it was deliberate from both sides or it's just coincidental. Once Melbourne Ice decided to make that goalie change, sort of halfway mark, it's opened up the game.
It really has.
I don't know if it was both teams, but Thunder maybe looked at it as an opportunity to open it up, or the Ice had just decided, or it's just happened that way. But we're starting to see, as much as we're not seeing on the scoreboard, I think both sides are looking to be a bit more adventurous in the way they set up their plays.
Can you believe that we've gone more than a period and a half and not a single penalty yet?
The old Melbourne derbies with 2 certain players, that would never have happened. So
amazing,
Clark,
though, isn't it? You know, one day enemies, the next day you can play on the same team.
Well, that's true, but don't know which team that is. Could be the fantasy team, I don't know.
Decent hit there in front of us by Hodek.
Now here's a chance for the Thunder, and Cox gets the shot away, and McKenzie makes the save.
Made that one look very easy. Didn't have a lot of time. Have a look at the range that this one's put on for.
It's a great pass.
Oh.
Beautiful pass there towards Cox there by Geordie Corris, and the Thunder over it again. Bro gets the shot away. Pad save there by McKenzie.
The Ice perhaps just, I think needs to tighten up a little bit and stop letting these type of shots get on.
So Healy from the point. Bro to the slot. McKenzie just gets the save on that one. Still, Healy gets a shot away. And all of a sudden, the Ice is tilted in the favour of the Perth Thunder.
You just get a feeling that, it's not going to be too far away, don't you?
So Boyle. Kudla will get there first for the Thunder. As support, will leave the puck behind. Healy. Here come the Thunder. Through Webster, trying to weave his way through.
Decided to take both of them on there. He's ambitious.
But sometimes you need to be ambitious. It just didn't work out on that occasion. Here's a chance now for the Thunder, and McKenzie makes the save. Morris with the shot. To Hazelhurst. Drive towards the net, gets a shot away, and McKenzie makes another save. He's looking good at the moment.
He's looking very good. He might not come back into the commentary box again after this.
Well, what if we get the wireless mic? We can just cross to...
Dan's head would probably explode.
But isn't that our favourite pastime, exploding Dan's heads?
Oh, I'll tell you what. Limping around at the moment like he's been shot with an M16 rifle upstairs. Apparently he reckons he's got a rib problem after someone fell on him at hockey practice.
And some good work there by Brian McKenzie.
That face-off going to be to the right of McKenzie. There's a fair bit going on right in front of him there. It took quite a while to get that thing cleared out of the crease.
He's been very, very busy of late.
Just wasn't getting a lot of help.
So Ice have it now. Outlet pass into space. Lyndon Lodge will get there first for the Thunder. Trying to weave his way through. In the end, the Melbourne Ice defence did have that one covered. Outlet pass is a good one. Out towards Matt Nickerton. He's the goal scorer for the Melbourne Ice today. Got another shot away. Shot comes in, shot was blocked. Still Melbourne Ice in possession of the park.
Just another pass that goes straight into an opposition player's feet.
Well, that's starting to sound like a fan there, were you, James? But shot comes in. Great save in the end by McKenzie. I was expecting the rebound to come through, but he had that one covered.
Very solid. Not giving away a lot of garbage.
Probably had his fill sitting in the commentary box with me.
Look at that, fantastic.
So from the face-off, won by the Thunder, Kudla. Shot was blocked. It's in the corner by Pundler as the Perth Thunder need to get themselves back on side. Also time for Melbourne Ice to set up. Their outlet pass, McKenzie. So Austin McKenzie now for the Ice. He's tripped, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game with 4 minutes remaining in the second period. And a pretty obvious trip there.
And you saw that one, Cluffy? Yeah, I don't think anyone was going to be getting away with this one.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Thunder penalty, 2 minutes, tripping.
As you can hear, our referees kind enough to wear microphones. These last couple of games is a bit of a trial. We're very thankful to them for,
and it's great.
doing so.
I've seen the past couple of games involving the Mustangs home game. I think it is a great addition. And we do thank the referees for their involvement. It's, now Boyle gets a shot away, and for viewers that watching on YouTube that may not have been watching much on KO, the power play has been a problem for the Melbourne Ice.
I was just going to say, Cluffy, this is going to be the test for Melbourne Ice.
And it's not just that they're struggling to score, it's they're giving away or conceding shorthanded goals by the bucketful.
Oh, it's almost been like a bad joke. So this will be very interesting.
Yes, I think it was 3 conceded in the first game of the year against the CBR Brave. In fact, it may have even been 4.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah, that was a tough day, that one. So Walt for the Ice. There's McKenzie in there in support as well as Van Duyn. Gets it back towards McKenzie. Van Duyn for the Ice now cycles back. McKenzie in support. Josh Van Duyn still in control of the puck. Gets it eventually out towards McKenzie. Looking to Walt in the slot, who really, that wasn't the pass, wasn't on him that occasion.
Walt was on the wrong side of him for that to happen.
So McKenzie. So Walt for the Ice. Now along the half wall, waiting for support. Pansino. Bashir for the Ice. Now Hoddick. Back into the corner, so Perth penalty kill are at least sort of trapping the Melbourne Ice to the boards at the moment.
Well, you can see here what the play here is. When you're on the PK against the ice, you can see that the play is not to give them the space to pass around the boards like you perhaps might be willing to concede against another team. And a lot of the reasoning behind that is with such a young side, you expect them perhaps not going to stick every pass. And there's going to be,
and that's where you turn it over and you're off to the races.
Exactly right. You see it time and time again. So the ice, perhaps there needs to be perhaps a little bit of an adjustment there where you don't play that type of game on your power plays for real life.
The Cashier's done well, but that's the end of the penalty kill for the Thunder. So back to 5-on-5. Not many opportunities for the Ice, but they certainly managed to get control of the puck. As Smart will glove that one. We'll have a face-off. And sort of baby steps when you're sort of trying to essentially rebuild the power plays.
I guess who's won this period so far, I would just say?
It's been pretty even. Melbourne Ice had their periods, but I think overall Perth have probably had the better volume of chances.
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say.
There's not much difference between these two sides right now.
But what you have seen is Perth have been getting second chances and third chances, whereas the Ice that you're finding, you know, they might be happy to get something on the rush, they'll get a shot on, but that's about it.
And Smart really isn't offering much in the way of rebounds, which is good because it was a bit of a struggle in the third period. The Perth Thunder didn't have a great period, but also I don't think Smart had a great period in that third period either last night. So it's in many ways a good comeback for him as well.
Absolutely. Geez, that was a real rocket onto Smart there. And again, look at him, just shrugs it off, says, bring me the next one.
Because Charlie Smart's been around for a while now in the Australian Ice. Like I said, started with Perth. He's spent time, I think, at the Ice Dogs. He's played with Newcastle as well this year. And been around. It'd be interesting to see if he stays at Perth. I'd like to see him get an extended stay at the crease. You know, if they can get a local. One thing Stan Scott has done well traditionally with the Thunder is get some good imports.
That was going to be my question. Where is Stan Scott tonight?
They could be one of those people that they chuck in the luggage to reduce the fares. It could be anywhere in the country, depending on who they're flying with.
If there is one person I miss talking to, it is Stan Scott. For those that have not had the benefit, so Stan Scott is the owner, the manager of the Thunder, I guess, and just one of the most fascinating people you can talk to.
And passionate about the league and the Perth Thunder. And here's a chance now for the Thunder.
1 minute to go.
And to say, he's passionate not just about his team, but about the sport here and the league. But here's a chance now for the Melbourne Ice. As I say, here's Mate, who's sitting in the bench. But that would actually be Bobby Huang. There you go.
See, got to give it to you like that, hey?
Yeah. Actually was listening to the team sheet as 44, but he's wearing a 4, so yeah.
Exactly.
Did you fall somewhere along the journey?
The whole thing's just very difficult.
Yeah, that's my story, my day sitting with you, James.
Things could be worse. There's a reason I'm sitting down here, Buffy.
Here's a chance now for the Thunder. And that was McMahon driving towards the net. Outlet pass is going to be a foot race. And the icing has been waved. Here's a chance now. Kairos for the Thunder. 19 seconds remaining. And one last chance now for the Thunder to get the lead. McMahon had the puck, lost the puck, has support. To Webster, looking for McMahon. He's stripped of the puck. Ice should be able to clear.
That's got to be it.
And that should be it for the second period, and it is. And at the end of 2, we've only seen 2 goals. It's 1 apiece.
Goalless second period. So what have we learned this period? Probably a little more than last, I think, actually.
Yeah, actually, and for Melbourne Ice, that goalless period, particularly on the concession front, hasn't happened that often this year. So defensively, Melbourne Ice look pretty good. There was some chances there. The things they tighten up on, but they're certainly not being exposed in a way that we've seen often this year. So it's actually really setting up for a great finish of this game.
We've learned that McKenzie can certainly play.
Absolutely.
Can definitely stop him. So look, it's all there to play for in the third period. This is going to be the test for both sides.
Absolutely. Who will get the chocolates in this one? We'll soon find out. We'll go for a break and we'll be back shortly with the third period of play. Welcome back to O'Brien Icehouse, third period. This exhibition game between the Melbourne Ice and the Perth Thunder, and it is 1-1 between these two sides to wrap up the weekend road trip for the Perth Thunder, their first games of 2022. And these two sides will meet in Perth in a couple of weeks' time, the 13th and the 14th, if Chris is right, off the top of my head, of August. So Perth fans, get your tickets and get to see your team in action.
What a long way we've come to be able to say that, Cluffy. I mean, 12 months ago, that type of thing was unthinkable.
Well, that's true. Of course, we didn't have the league running for 2 years because of COVID lockdowns, restrictions and general shenanigans. So
We forgive you, mate.
no thanks. I did not seek or want your forgiveness, but I'll take it anyway. So Brian McKenzie, you see on screen there, in net for Melbourne Ice, coming halfway through. As because of the exhibition game, Melbourne Ice are using the opportunity to give both their goals run, and he's been really good so far, yet to concede. And he's forced into action early.
Off to a very quick start there, the Thunder. Could have really blown this third period open nice and early. Wasn't to be.
And even though it's an exhibition game, both sides, I think, would really like to get the win out of this one.
Well, when you're as far down the standings as the Melbourne Ice are, bragging rights is something that doesn't come easy, so you've got to take them where you find them.
Yeah, take wins when you get them, and certainly building on the good work that they had last week in the Derby against the Mustangs, shot there by Waltz and Smart.
That was a real confidence builder for this young side.
I think Smart might have just copped a stick to the throat as well, feeling a little bit uncomfortable there for a second. Ice still in possession of the puck. Gold hadn't lost it, it's been turned over. Cashier's done well. And eventually the Perth Thunder do clear now. Cox trying to work his way through the Melbourne Ice defence. Good defensive effort there by McKenzie. And as the two Mackenzies have a meeting there in the crease, and they'll be arguing over the spelling of their surnames.
Just having a listen to our referees having a chat with the playing group about who dislodged the net.
It's a good move here by Cox. Just in the end, couldn't work his way through the Melbourne Ice defence.
Look at him, he says, fancy meeting you in here.
Yeah. McKenzie, beat McKenzie. So, Melbourne Ice are able to clear. Joshua Doohan will get there first, but good work by Lyndon Lodge for the Thunder. He'll skate the puck out. Out towards centre ice, he'll go blue line to blue line and out wide looking for McMahon. So McMahon gets the shot away. Across the crease. And going home for the visitors. Now Austin McKenzie. Pass out wide looking for Hoddick. Couldn't trap the puck. And up against Hoddick. Also there is Hazelhurst in support. Rob Hazelhurst putting on the afterburners, gets a shot away, and McKenzie makes the save and it gloves it eventually, and just in time.
How's the pedigree of Rob Hazelhurst? I mean, that's a name that we've had around this league for a long time. He showed in that play alone exactly why that is. That was
Australian
fantastic.
representative. He has been a fantastic player. He's sort of done a bit of the travelling around amongst the teams in recent years.
But look at that, perfectly controlled, excellent transfer of weight.
In fact, when we're doing the Fox games, always good for an interview because you knew you were going to get quality content of some description.
Not wrong.
Great guy, and pass out wide. Liam Jeffries, goal scorer yesterday against the Mustangs for Tobin. Nice have it. Should be able to clear Joyce eventually. Does get out of the zone. To Healy for the Thunder. Fires up a bit of a knuckleball in the direction of Brian McKenzie, who has that one gloved, and make sure everybody knows about it.
So if we saw the Perth Thunder really drop off in the last period yesterday, and the game before you saw Webster and Burke playing together on the same team, that's a fantasy most foul, according to Matt Davis. Yeah, well, a few of us didn't think we'd see that one for a while. I doubt that they're going to barbecues at each other's house, but anyhow. But
you never know.
Just finishing what I was saying there, so if you've seen Perth Thunder drop off in the third yesterday, you saw Melbourne Ice concede a couple of late goals in the derby last time we saw them play. At what point in this period do we start to ask questions about which way it's going to go?
Well, good save there by Smart, and it's in. So Melbourne Ice score on the rebound, and it's Ryan Foal. So the Ice take the lead.
Ask a question, get an answer, and there it is. Melbourne Ice with the breakthrough. Only a couple of minutes into this period, puts his team up 2-1 rather. I get the feeling that's not the last goal we're going to see for this period.
Look at the players on the ice. You could technically say it's Perth 1, Melbourne Ice 1, Adelaide Adrenaline 1. So Foal picks up the rebound. And in fact, I think Charlie Smart played for the Adelaide Adrenaline at some stage as well. Hopefully we'll get to see the Adrenaline back on the ice sometime soon, but the Ice do hold the lead. It's a Boyle. Clear the zone, he does. Battle on the blue line. Now the Thunder have it. Webster. Looking out towards Yannick Lodge. For Punler. Still in possession of the park. Pass the slot looking for Kieran Webster. Also there is Yannick Lodge. Wasn't able to get a shot away, and the Melbourne Ice are able to clear the zone.
They had an option there in Cox, who was well positioned, had plenty of space, just didn't use him.
So Lodge send that one in the quarter for the Thunder. Boyle should get there first for the Melbourne Ice. Send that one in the corner. Of course, the Perth Thunder running with a very small squad this weekend. I think it's only 15.
Yep.
And that may take its toll after back-to-back games. Especially now that they're behind, they have to find a way of lifting.
I hope this stays close to the end, Cluffy. I'm looking forward to a really good, close, good quality matchup.
And something Melbourne Ice haven't had too many opportunities this season is actually holding and protecting a lead in the third period. So that's going to be a challenge for them as well. They in the end, they didn't do it last week because the game did go into overtime. As for doing, gets a shot away, and the pad save there by Smart. They did, of course, the Ice did win in overtime. But to finish it off, hold a lead in the third period of regulation has not been their real strong point. No, they haven't had too many opportunities this season, to be honest, but this is a learning opportunity for the Melbourne Ice as well.
We're almost 5 minutes into this third term, quarter of the way through, and I think it's fair to say that Melbourne Ice have really had the run of the play, the goal notwithstanding.
Well, Thunder, they've been forced to go sort of dumping into the corners, the chip and chase game, and defensively Melbourne Ice are holding up. So Hoddick rides the bump. Pansino gets a shot away and it's in. So Melbourne Ice go to 3-1. And for Thunder fans, I get a feeling this could be a repeat of last night.
You're pretty unlucky there, Cluffy. You saw that one coming in from a mile off.
Well, it's good work here by Sam Hoddick. Kept possession of the puck, then gets off to Pansino, and it was clear shot, clear win.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I think Charlie Smart screened off that one. Just didn't really get a look at it coming.
So the Ice hold a 2-goal lead. Of course, the most dangerous hockey, that's going to be a penalty. That's a bad hit. That's a bad check.
Yeah, that's going to be the struggle here for Melbourne Ice to, I guess, not let up and not to start letting that type of stuff go.
Jeffries towards Webster. Under with the extricators being touched up, and it's going to be against Tim Nickerton. See if it will just be the 2 minutes, because it was a pretty ordinary hit.
Melbourne Ice penalty, 2 minutes, boarding.
There you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. 2 for boarding.
Pretty ordinary penalty to give away in the end, but it's a chance now for the Thunder to cut the margin in half. Healy for the Perth Thunder in the half wall. Decides to go back into the corner, still in possession of the puck, pass out wide. This is a good setup for Perth. Bro fires, shoots, and McKenzie makes the save.
Plenty of time and space there, but it looks like we're going to have a call here.
Hooking call.
Referee just in conversation with Geordie Kairos there.
It's against the ice.
It's going to be against the ice.
And Kahu Joyce, again...
Nice penalty, 2 minutes. Boarding, cups, hooking.
Well, we've had a boarding and now a hooking, but that's probably my issue with Kahu Joyce this season. That penalties like that he's given away there. It's not even flying the flag for your team back type of stuff there. They're just bad penalties to give away. So.
Well, but this also puts a bit of pressure on the Thunder. They must score here.
Yeah, 5-on-3 advantage.
They're going to make the rest of this game very, very difficult for themselves if they can't put one away in the next minute and a half.
Good, the shot was wide on that occasion. So minute and a half with a 2-man advantage.
Tweet here, and Anders, at long last. Good morning to you, Anders. Breakfast and AIHL on the computer. Many different herrings, I'm talking.
I'm guessing. Is there many different type of herrings? That's the question. And do they all taste the same when they're all pickled?
Well, they certainly all looked the same when they came back up out of you that day. So.
No, they went down and they stayed down. So Bro, and he scores. So the lead has been cut in half. Ben Bro, who else was going to score for the Perth Thunder?
Thunder really needed that one. I'm actually quite pleased with that. This brings it back to a one-goal game once again. And I think the Thunder are rightly being rewarded. The last couple of minutes, they've really tightened up their play. Not quite sure what we were watching a replay of there, but that's okay.
Oh, now we've got the replay we want to see. In fact, there was a tip there,
Look
and
at
that was Haley. So that was beautifully set up by
Thread the eye of the needle on that one.
But it's a one-goal game again. So Perth Thunder still on the power play. So Haley, the last goal scorer. Sorry, say Healy, Josh Healy, the goal scorer. Oh, we'll get that correct eventually. Now, Bro. What he can do is just score another goal, and I'll make it sound really good. So, Bro. Healy. Back to Bro. In the slot, puck spills free. Ice able to clear.
Really good clear there by the ice.
Healy for the Thunder, out wide. To Bro, the backhand attempt, and taking crashing the net literally there.
Hit that one very hard. It's lucky it's not like the old days where those things were just about
fused
concreted into the ice.
But that never really happened here. If anything, the nets here often just go wandering on their own accord. So neutral zone face-off.
Another face-off win for the Thunder.
And it's Webster. Lyndon Lodge sends that one in the corner.
30 seconds left on the Thunder power play.
So Yannick Lodge. Now Hazelhurst. Out wide, leaving the puck behind.
Last roll of the dice for this power play for the Thunder.
So the Thunder just trying to stretch the Melbourneized PK. Yannick Lodge with Webster. Shot was blocked, rebound offered.
Oh,
Great effort there by Lyndon Lodge. Good save by McKenzie. Eyes unable to clear, but eventually it does trickle out.
if you have a look at the difference in the way those power plays were conducted. The ice very, very keen just to collapse their box, hold the line and wait. Stark contrast to the way that the Thunder attacked them.
So no call there. Now Webster. Leaves it behind. Good work there. And that's by Yannick Lodge and Mackenzie makes the save.
Well evaded two defenders there.
But what the penalties have done, particularly I think the second one, Joyce, it's changed the momentum of this game now. Perth Thunder seem to be the team very much in control of play. So Ice win the face-off.
Certainly a game of ebbs and flows.
Going to be cleared away, and it's going to be a foot race. Cooper will get there first for the Thunder. Barros to Bro into the corner. Melbourne Ice looking to clear the zone. It's been turned over. Bartlett turned it over. Cox. At the point, Punla. Jasmine Doohan should get there first for the Ice. Past the slot, nobody was home. To Kairos. Poke checked away from him. Cox is there for the Thunder. To Hottie. Had the puck, lost the puck, gets it back. Good defensive pressure by Kieran Webster.
Geez, hasn't he come on well, Holt?
He has. He's been really good this year. He's been, of the senior players, I think him and Pansino, though Pansino wasn't a real senior player before this year anyway, but Hoddick was. He's been probably the one that's stepped up the most as Mackenzie makes the save.
Straight into Mackenzie's breadbasket there, no trouble at all. So about halfway through this third period, one goal in favour of the Ice, but really it could have gone either way.
Well, Perth Thunder, they're pressing.
They really are. I think Melbourne Ice perhaps made the most of their opportunities while they had that momentum, but that momentum has certainly shifted in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
So Joyce finds Pansino. Couldn't do much with him. Turned it over now to the Thunder. Jeffries, he'll send that one into the corner. Hazelhurst leading the race to the puck. Beautiful pass out towards Webster. Puck is free at the moment, and the Ice will win it. Skated out by Rob Clark. So Clark looking for Pansino. Pansino, and the shot was wide, and looking for his second goal of the evening.
Great play by Pansino and Clark, though.
So Rezic, shot there, and it's Joyce with the shot. Joyce had the puck, lost the puck. Kairos now for the Thunder. Let's go there. Nice little toe drag, but Mackenzie read that well made. In the end, a pretty solid save.
Yeah, that was a good save to be made there by Mackenzie. I mean, Kairos had the option man on his left, decided not to go with him. And it was probably the right call in the end. Just not quite putting the shot exactly where he wanted it.
So face off, and it's the Ice who do win it. Skating back, Zach Boyle.
Maybe Aussie Joe's the one to put in the face-offs, Cluffy.
Well, experienced campaigner.
He just came out with the win on that one.
The outlet pass. Being taken by Lyndon Lodge, trying to work his way through, and decides to go out wide towards McMahon. Tied up by Davis Tope. So Rezic has the puck, and we'll skate it out now for the Melbourne Ice. Driving net gets a shot away, Smart with the save. So Nickerton, that's Tim Nickerton. No call on that one. Irish script to the puck. McMahon sends that one into the corner. Getting there first, Melbourne Ice, and that's Davis Tope. He's stripped to the puck. Now it's a chance for Cox to Webster at the slot. Gets a shot away. Mackenzie makes a save.
Very well composed by Mackenzie there. Easy to panic. A lot of jerseys around.
Cassia. Pass. Finds Cox. Cox just weaves his way through, and that's in, is it? It's been paid.
That's it.
And it's all level here. So Andrew Cox just made witch's hat to the Melbourne Ice defence and then capitalised on the rebound.
Mackenzie will be ruining that one. He saw it, he knew where he wanted to be, and unfortunately he just couldn't get across there in time. But the Thunder, look at that. You got some of the Thunder faithful that have made the trip. 7 minutes 40 to go in this game, and it's a tie game after all.
And I think it's Cox who actually did get the shot from the rebound. Him and Webster were both there. Actually, I think I'm going to
Might
give
have
it
come
to
off a
Webster.
skate even there.
I think that might have actually been Webster in the end that, looking at that replay, whose stick got onto the puck. But it's 3-all, and again, 2 weeks in a row, Melbourne Ice hold 2-goal lead and sacrificed it.
Yeah, it's a very familiar story. Not familiar to the Thunder from last night. It's the opposite of their fortunes. So, look, it's buckle in, folks. 7.5 more minutes of hockey action. It's going to be a doozy.
So Clark for the Melbourne Ice. So Walsh with the shot. Now Joyce. And then doing for the Ice. Little pass, okay. Healy, one of the goal scorers for the Thunder in this period. Liam Jeffries will send that one into the corner. Kenzie will leave it for Joyce. That will be an icing call with 6:57 remaining in the third period. 3-all is the score.
Let's try and go back and have a look, actually, at that goal there, and just very slowly move it through. You can see right there, that's where that one came through, right off the stick.
Yeah, so that would be Webster, I would say.
Yep, that was definitely Webster with that one. Not sure who's credited on the sheet.
But what it's an example of is, you see this a lot with Melbourne Ice games where you have two opposition forwards between the goaltender and the defence, and that's happened again.
Yep. Oh,
And Perth
yeah.
Thunder take the lead. So they've scored from the point.
Deary me, have a look at this.
And all of a sudden, things are getting a little bit messy for the home side.
Having a look here, so if we roll this through for a second, just out to where we see the shooter. Hold it here, have a look where you've got all your
Ooh,
Melbourne
that's
Ice
just
players.
onside, just
1,
onside.
2, 3, 4, 5. Other way around on that one, roll it through and straight through them. Look at
Shot
that,
there
no
by
one was going to do
Lyndon
anything about it.
So the Ice have conceded the last 3 goals after holding a 2-goal lead.
Not good news for Melbourne Ice fans. Fantastic news if you're a Thunder fan.
Well, this game's going to go right down to the wire.
Certainly is. I don't think that's going to be the last goal we'll set it up.
And it's those 2 penalties that the Ice gave away that seem to have changed the complexion of the game, and they were both bad penalties as well.
Here comes another, and there it is.
So Jordy Kiros gets on the board, and the Perth Thunder are all over the Melbourne Ice now.
Deary me. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we came into this period with scores level. The Melbourne Ice putting themselves up by a goal 2 minutes in. And since that time, they gave away 2 penalties and have proceeded to leak 3 goals to put the Thunder
Well,
4 goals even. Yeah. Is it 4?
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
4 goals.
Yeah, Melbourne Ice's performance has gone off a bit like milk on a hot summer's day.
It's a real worrying sign here.
But looking on a Perth Thunder perspective,
And Lucas Saraceni loves seeing the Thunder in action and Blues fans at a hockey game. Wait, what? There's no AIHL game day today? I'm not seeing it on KO.
There you go. You got to, because we're
Well,
on YouTube.
Stacey, we're over here on YouTube, Stacey. Come and find us.
We're alive.
It's like the old days.
So Bartlett gets a shot away. But the Perth Thunder, probably the concern is with a short and a smaller squad, back-to-back games. We saw them sort of tail off in the third period yesterday. when they went 2 goals down, we're thinking, oh, here's a bit of the same, but a bit of character, and they've certainly shown plenty of energy to just wrest control of this game. Now they hold the 2-goal lead.
Yeah, look, these Ice boys are really going to have to dig deep here if they want to stem this tide. All of the momentum is on the side of the Thunder right now. They just can't seem to get anything to go right for them. And this could get really ugly in the next 5 minutes.
Kasha will send that one into the corner. It's going to be a foot race, but it's all Perth Thunder, and they're able to clear. And here's a chance there for Kiros going for the hat-trick. Gets a shot away. It was well wide in the end. Hazelhurst will send that one into the corner.
Well, I can tell you, even though things have gone very quiet in the grandstands here at the O'Brien Ice House, things have gotten quite loud in the last minute or so out on the ice. There's a lot more talking going on.
Shot comes in. Pad save there by McKenzie. Shot by Tobin. To Webster. Hazelhurst. Kairos will send that one into the corner. Joyce will get there first. Now Clark's been stripped of the puck. Here, Kairos has been stripped of the puck, and now Huang will get it out for the Melbourne Ice, out towards Clark. Looking there for Matt Nickerton. His first goal in Melbourne Ice covers today. Kairos turns it over. Austin McKenzie. Backhanded attempt. The pipe. Thunder haven't been able to clear. To Healy. In a battle. Getting it out. It'll be Hazel. He'll flip that one up high. Healy against Clark. Clark has it, but Healy bumps him off the puck. Time starting to become the enemy now of the Melbourne Ice. Lyndon Lodge out towards Tobin. Bro. Tip there by McMahon. Kenzie had that covered. To Bro. Looking at his options. As McMahon.
It's a good hit there into the boards. Very solid. You feel that from here.
To Walt. And Melbourne Ice offside.
So let's have a quick look back at that last Perth Thunder goal. Have a look at this. So you got Ice players, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it was a shot on, but even so, watch this. Rolling it through. Stop it there again. Have a look at that. Every single one of them chased him into the boards. Roll it again.
So a lot of
and
puck
now,
watching.
you look, everyone's puck watching, and now you've got these guys all out of position. These guys over here, nothing they can do about it.
And that's a bit of a worry, and that's a sort of habit you do need to get out of. You didn't need five players there sort of gravitating towards one corner.
Can't afford to be doing that type of thing, especially at this point in the game. 3 minutes to go.
The Punler for the Thunder. And that will be an icing call, so the puck will make its way down the other end of the rink.
Yes, it's these type of losses that are a little frustrating for the home crowd. But Anthony Russell, good to finally see the inside of the Ice House again. Answers for how to watch more of the AIHL on a postcard, please. Look, yes, Anthony, it's, you know, what on earth is going on out there out in Pencil? Well,
Are we talking about on the ice or in the comm box?
Either are baffling. Ooh, decent chance there for the Ice. Well covered by Charlie Smart. Ice are going to retain control, but the momentum's still with Perth Thunder. Look at that. It's got 2 men to beat.
Yeah, Aussie Joe basically stripped the puck by Aussie Bro.
Been saving that one for 2 periods and 18 minutes, Coffee.
Yeah, it's a bad pun, and I've been sitting on it.
I was just going to say the KO Sports arrangements. It's been good for domestic fans. We understand for international fans, not so much. I know the league are acutely aware of that and are factoring that into their planning. There was actually meant to be, decent chance there. There was actually meant to be some plans in place for the international fans for this season, but unfortunately some rights distribution businesses had some mergers and acquisitions go on, and that didn't end up playing out at short notice. So hopefully seasons to come, as early as next season, we'll have that one sorted out. Maybe even for finals. Lovely.
So Fall sends that one into the corner. Hazelhurst will get it now for the Perth Thunder, and overskating that one was Yannick Lodge. Cox there in support. He leaves it behind and then puts himself offside. So we'll have a face-off 1:34 remaining. Melbourne Ice, I think they're going to have to make a move now.
Timo is really enjoying the replay breakdowns during the game. Plus, Cluffy's voice is always awesome. Well, Timo, you can always rely on Daniel Solinsky when it comes to things breaking down during a game.
And my voice, apparently.
Paul Green, he's gone the Ric Flair. Woo! I probably shouldn't be doing that one from here, but there you go.
No, that's the other mob, isn't it?
Who's
Mustangs don't. Isn't that one of their call signs?
It's a Ric Flair.
Oh, Ric
trademark.
Flair was it? Yes, but then they also do.
You know who Ric Flair is?
Yes, I do.
Oh, thank God for that, Cluff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I never know with you. You give me this blank look.
Yeah, but I'm also not the WWE nut that the Morgans are. So.
Oh, not just them, I might point out. I mean, the rest of the crew, reasonably partial.
Yeah.
That's the end of the timeout there, by the way. So, minute 34 to go. Anders asked whether Perth and Brisbane will play AIHL next season. Well, it seems to be making that as a statement, actually.
Yeah, I think Perth will be back, and I put down Brisbane as a lock. They've actually been in the exhibition games really competitive. Potentially the Central Coast Rhinos might be in as well, and big question mark over what will happen with Adelaide.
Well, we got a call here by the looks of it. That's a tripping call. So, Perth Thunder is going to go to the box there, and it's going to be Geordie Kairos sitting.
So this is a big moment now for the Melbourne Ice. They go on the power play. See the trip there. And they've got to score quickly from this one. They're 2 goals down. They'll have a face-off in their attacking zone. They have the extra man.
That was another one of our replay breakdowns that Anders enjoys so much, by the way. Perth Thunder calling the timeout. Let's see if if we've got anything else that bears drawing on over the top of our vision, Cluffy.
So you can see there, Richie Lamb. So I don't know if he's really offering much instructions, because I believe Ben Bro is officially the coach, but Richie Lamb this weekend has basically been the bench coach and running everything. The support crew is one person.
Yeah, no, they're travelling thin, but looks like they're going to get the result today. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Yeah, the Ice do have to win the face-off, score quickly. They can't. Obviously, they won't have 2 minutes of power play time. There's not that much game time remaining, but they've got to score from this power play, pretty much, I think, from the face-off to have a chance to at least bring the game level.
Yeah, look, it'd be nice even just as a confidence-building thing. You want to get 1 goal back. If you've got the ability to do it in the last 90 seconds, we'll see.
Well, they didn't win the face-off, but they do get the puck. So Cashier now for the Melbourne Ice. Winds up, shoots, shot though was blocked. Melbourne Ice still in control of the puck. Boyle to Huddy. Now to Walt. Back out towards Boyle. Cashier now for the Melbourne Ice. To Boyle. He's forced out wide. Doesn't have much support.
Solid check.
Bro clears. Boyle will skate back. Less than a minute remaining. Melbourne Ice 2 goals down. No time to waste. Mackenzie gets a shot away. Smart with the save. Rebound offered. And another save there by Charlie Smart.
How was the second save by Charlie Smart on that one?
And with that, has probably done enough to secure the win for the Perth Thunder.
I dare say he's certainly done enough for that. I think he's probably done enough to, even put another goal beyond
Nice glove save in the end.
Fantastic.
So Lodge, that's Lyndon Lodge. Play along the boards. Cashier now for the Ice. And that's hit the back netting. We'll have a face-off. 35 seconds remaining. But time, I think, is now officially not the friend of the Melbourne Ice.
Certainly drawing out this last minute of play. Always appreciate a YouTube stream, boys. Hope to see you there again at some point soon, even next season. Thanks and all the love. Thank you, Annan Pencil. Look, fantastic once again to have you with us. We're really going to be working hard to make sure you've got a way to be able to watch the final series this year. So keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully we'll have some good news for you soon. 20 seconds to play.
Blocked. Puck is being cleared and it's going to be a foot race. She will get there first. He's tied up by Kieran Webster. There's only seconds remaining. Still a chance for Perth. They can add to the score if they want, but Kasia will just grab the puck, clear it out, and that will wrap things up. So from this road trip, the Perth Thunder will take away a win. They've defeated the Melbourne Ice 5-3. They piled on in a very short period of time, 4 goals after the Melbourne Ice led by 2. And for Melbourne Ice fans, the frustration will continue because the Melbourne Ice, the home side, really dropped their bundle there for about a 5-minute period, and Perth Thunder cashed in.
It was an absolute jamboree for the Thunder there for that 3-minute stretch. And Melbourne Ice will certainly rue their performance for that couple of minutes. I dare say, as you said, Gluffy, those couple of penalties, they really just didn't need to be taken.
And that changed the
complexion of the game.
And they were bad penalties to give away. There was no context to them. The Nickerton one was just a bad one, and the Joyce one was appalling. In the context, you're on a penalty kill, and for no reason you give away a hooking penalty. And Kahu Joyce has done that far too often this season.
Yeah, look, it's pretty unfortunate, but look, games are turned on much less. So.
Absolutely, and Charlie Smart, you can see there on screen.
Very solid performance.
Very solid performance, and a good rebound performance after he had his problems last night against the Mustangs. Michael James looked good at net for the Melbourne Ice, and Brian McKenzie, in what's only his 3rd outing, I think he was let down more by his teammates than himself in the end.
I think so. Look, I mean, maybe you could have said maybe one of those goals he probably had the opportunity to get a little bit of a better look at, but realistically that wasn't going to be the game anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, the result is what it is. You can't turn around and say, oh, well, what if? This is the result.
But Melbourne Ice are back here next Saturday for another home game, back to the regular AIHL schedule. These two sides do meet in a couple of weeks' time over in Perth, so if you're fans in Perth, get your tickets.
I get the feeling that the Thunder might be streaming that one, so fingers crossed. Our thanks once again to our officials on ice, particularly for playing along with our little microphone experiment. Rob Love there being the man that can be heard out front, and Jeff Klink, also a good friend of ours for helping us along. So we really thank those fellas, and hopefully that leads to more the later we get in the season.
Yep. And to our viewers here on YouTube across Australia and the world, I hope you enjoyed it as well, and we would certainly love to have you back for another season. We'll see what happens next year and beyond. But to wrap things up here from the O'Brien Ice House, Perth Thunder defeated the Melbourne Ice 5-3. They really piled on in the 3rd period. My name's Michael Clough, on behalf of my co-commentator James Morgan,
whoever
German,
he is.
who cares? It doesn't matter.
He's normally the director, mate.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed today's game. We'll see you next time.
Laters.